Hello everyone and welcome back to our second episode of CyberCast here. I'm here again with Lee Chambers.
Alright.
Munching away, so he is. We're going to just chat to you about a few things that have happened over the past 2 weeks since the last time we brought you a podcast. So, let's kick us off, sure. What should we kick off with, let's think? Guardians of the Galaxy, let's kick off with that then.
You want to start with straight away?
Might as well just talk about it, because then we can talk about it as long as we want.
I was going to ask you what you were playing. If like you did it the first time.
Well, if you want to ask me what you were playing, you can.
Well, what have you been playing?
Nothing. The only thing I've really been playing that's been different from before really was Lara Croft Definitive Edition with you in the playthrough, which is our new show which has come out on the channel. It was just released there on Friday. You should check it out. There'll be a link in this down below, so well for
link in that.
there'll be a link in the description.
We'll link in that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just us two pretty much playing through the entire game of Lara Croft Definitive Edition. So hopefully you'll enjoy that video.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, really, there hasn't really been any mainline games that I've been playing. It's just been mobile games and stuff like that. There, just a couple of mess about games on my phone and all that there. Things like Godzilla and stuff like that there. It's quite fun, that wee Godzilla game, to be fair. It's it's kept me entertained for a good wee while. But nah, what about you? You play anything much? No.
Right.
What?
I think the last time on the podcast I was talking about One Piece Unlimited World Red.
I think you didn't mention it, I
mentioned I was looking to get it.
Yeah.
Finally got it.
Stop! I told you not to eat whenever you're talking, man.
Ice cream's good, but
Just stop eating now when you talk.
ice cream's good, but One Piece. Oh, it's a fantastic game. But then that's biased because
You're a big fan.
well, not big fan
Nah,
of One
you're
Piece.
big
I'm just
enough
into
fan.
I'm just into anime, so I'm just going to
Yeah.
like it anyway. That's really good though.
Any anime game that comes out in the UK.
Yeah. There's two different modes in it. I think I was mentioning to you earlier. There's story mode and Coliseum mode.
Yep.
Coliseum mode I finished there with a friend of mine a couple of nights back. I completed the whole of it and it was kind of one sitting, but lasted from 8 o'clock to about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right, so
So we're just sitting straight playing it.
So a good 10 hours roughly.
But really good. Fucking good. Best crack. Sit with your friends and play it. I'm so much fun with a group of people, when you can swap the controllers around. Really good fun, I think.
Yeah.
The story mode is really good. They set it up to be just like one of the movies or something like that. It's got a really good storytelling in it so far. I haven't got very far in it. But the story mode you can also do co-op on. Which I've been meaning to try out. I imagine it's just going to be the same as the arena.
Yeah, hopefully maybe you'll get to try that out maybe in the next week or so.
The weird thing about it is it's only local co-op. There's no online co-op in this. And I was disappointed because I thought it was going to be online. But then I figured out then that the main sort of platform that it's out for is the 3DS.
Right.
So whenever they're porting it over to the consoles, they just, instead of stepping it up to be online connectivity, they just go, I'll just play it from local, kind of like the way you would with 3DS. You just like to do two 3DSs up, but you need to be in the same house.
Yeah.
So just there. But I'm loving it so far. It's
You're
fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So far. It's really good co-op and all those too. For being local, it's the best local co-op I've played in a while.
Yeah, well, you see, you don't really get many local co-op games these days now. I think the last one I remember playing myself was Army of Two. That was the last one I remember playing.
The best local co-op game I've played, this is probably still better than One Piece Unlimited World Red, is Ratchet Gladiator for the PS2.
Right, okay.
Or
yeah.
Ratchet Deadlock as it's called.
Yeah.
In some places. It was brilliant. Local. That's the best local I've played. And that's beaten out anything that's on the current generation, I guess, though, because local isn't really focused on anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all more online now focused. But I prefer online, to be fair, online rather than local. But Ratchet Gladiator is by far the best local game I've played.
Yeah. Well, well, that seems interesting enough. Like I said, hopefully we'll get a wee chance to play that game maybe later on in the week and play the story mode on it. But
Still playing Soul Suspects as well too.
Still trying to finish it off. Have you not finished it yet?
Fuck
No.
me. Remember last time we were here? I was talking how the game's pretty decent and all.
Yeah.
The more I play through this now, the more I'm like, fucking hell. It's not that great.
Well, it's getting worse and worse by the second,
It's
is
getting
it?
boring. It's getting really boring. Because I basically have no... Remember last time I was mentioning about there's no combat mechanic? Other than sneaking behind people, sneaking behind the demons and taking them out.
Yeah.
Basically all it is now, and it's just so boring because it's so easy to sneak behind them and take them out.
Yeah.
It's just boring. Basically all the game is now, I've realised, is following a path to you get somewhere and collecting pickups on the way.
Right.
That's all the game basically is now.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna finish it now. But and even the story, like I said, like story was one of the strongest points last time I think. It's something that I really liked about it.
Yeah.
But even now it's starting to fucking bore me. Now I'm like, right, because right now I've kind of figured out why the killer, or why he's doing the killings, or why he's killing these certain set of people and whatnot.
Yeah.
And by the time I found it out, I was like, I thought, whenever I got that sort of stage in the game where I was finding out stuff about the killer, I'd be like, oh, what would be the word to describe it? But kind of like, you don't expect it, and you're kind of like, I don't even know the way they fucking.
I'm trying to work out what you're trying to say.
I know. I'm just talking about gibberish.
I'm like, if I could work out what you were saying, I could probably come up with a
not
word for you, but-
suspenseful, but what I expected. By the time I was finding stuff out about the killer, I'd be kind of on my edge of kind of really enthralled by
Tense?
listening to why he was doing things and be really
Suspenseful?
engaged in it. Yeah. But they never told me. Whenever I found out, I was like, all right. And just sort of just went on then.
Like you didn't give a real crap about it then, really, but
just went on then and continue. But that's pretty much.
I thought we could talk a wee bit, like last time we talked a little bit briefly about animes and stuff, and I thought we could talk a little bit more in detail about anime as such. Like I would like to talk mainly about the fact that anime, like, because like you were talking about One Piece there, it just kind of got me thinking along this your way, is like we're pretty big fans of anime. Without knowing it, we actually were watching it whenever we were really young, obviously, with the likes of Pokemon and Digimon and Dragon Ball Z and all, but back then I never actually knew it was anime. The anime term to me only came apparent whenever you showed me Naruto.
Uh-huh.
That was the only time it came apparent to me, and from there on my love of anime just kind of grew from there. And mainly, like, I was just going to talk about maybe a specific series. I was going to talk mainly about Bleach, because it's kind of the anime which got me deciding to actually watch other animes. Like, for ages it was just Naruto was all we were watching,
Yeah.
for ages and ages there, and it was the only time I was watching it was whenever you brought it over. But Bleach was the first anime that actually got me excited enough to actually search it up and watch it, online or I bought the DVDs and all for it. It was the first anime I bought DVDs for and all their stuff.
Mhm.
And I know it's gotten really far into it now. It's up to like episode 340 something. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it in a while. I think the last episode I seen of it was 313.
I'm still on like 200 and something.
You must be like
262.
Have you even got back into the main story again? After the wee Zanpakuto arc?
Yeah.
You've got back
Go
in
back
that?
in there, and I've seen them take out most of the generals,
Yeah.
including I call it boy, not Wolfgang. Is that his name, Wolfgang?
Which one's Wolfgang?
The boy with the guns.
Stark, you mean?
Stark.
Yeah, Stark.
Doesn't he got something to do with Wolf too? And his name?
Might be something to do with it, but I just know him as Stark. that's all I know
Stark.
him as. Yeah. But,
He's the last boy they took out,
yeah.
from what I've seen.
You need to stop talking with your mouth full, sir.
It's nice, but
I know, but stop talking with your mouth full. It doesn't make for good quality. But, yeah. Bleach is drawn, obviously, to its end, especially, I think in English dub it will be coming close to its end as well, but I know it's drawn to its end now because they're not going to do any more episodes of it, and they're not going to fully animate the manga that they've done. But, which has disappointed me a wee bit, because I would like to see the stuff that's coming up, but at the same time, it's kind of gotten to the point now in Bleach where it's just kind of, whenever you watch so much of a series, sometimes it just kind of, it doesn't become boring, but you just, kind of you don't have that same enthusiasm about it. And I just noticed that there's happened to me quite a bit recently. And then, obviously, after that there, you discovered Fairy Tail and showed it to me. And that there like is just one of them ones where I've watched now 131 episodes of it, and I'm still excited to see the next batch. So incredibly much like, and like, you're probably just as dying as me to get a game and play it. Like I'd love to get a game to be released over here in the UK and stuff like that there, and unfortunately, unlike the USA and Japan, we don't have the luxury of getting to see this sort of stuff on TV that often. The only time anime is really shown on TV is Animax on the Sony Movies channel. And even then, it's only on for like an hour and a half each week. And I would love to see anime back in this country more. And I would love to see more people get into it, because I think it's got a bad stigmatism. You know, like a lot of people, they kind of label it wrong before they even try it, you know?
Well, as I can see, I think anime is making a big sort of turn up in this country, or more of an effort anyway, because even looking today, whenever we were doing some research beforehand, sure, we found out about Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill are on Netflix UK now, apparently.
Yeah.
I haven't looked it up yet. People out there probably already know it's there, but Kill la Kill, it's only coming on there subbed, not dubbed.
Yeah. And Gurren Lagann's obviously in the dub and sub.
You can watch both.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big step, and there's that there Knights of Sidonia that came out that was like a Netflix original series.
Yeah.
Which is an anime. And that's over here too.
Yeah, well, you would expect the Netflix original series to be, but I think, yeah, I do understand what you mean about the anime series is coming on to Netflix, which is, it kind of is pointing it in the right direction, but at the same time, they could be putting these things out as almost like a test.
The money games we're getting out here, now, that America aren't even getting. One Piece being the prime example.
Yeah.
Pirate Warriors 2. Unlimited World Red, I'm pretty sure it came out in America as well, but it's coming out here.
Yeah.
I guess free One Piece games. So, the way I can see it, and there was like Bleach Soul Resurrection, anime is getting pretty big in this country. Like, it's starting to grow up there.
Yeah, well, you see, I don't know if it's getting bigger. Like, I don't know if anime is blowing up, or if people are just taking more notice of how popular it actually is, because, like, I haven't specifically noticed anime getting more popular by talking to people or anything like that there. But I have noticed that people are starting to take more recognition of the fact that it's out there. Like, people are starting to realise that it is there, but they mightn't necessarily like it. So I think it is a big step in the direction that I wanted to go in, and I'm happy it's going that way, because I'd love to see anime back on TV over here. Like, back whenever I was younger, I used to love watching anime on, like, what was it, Toonami or something it was on, wasn't it?
Toonami and Fox Kids.
Yeah, Fox
Jetix.
Kids, Jetix.
Jetix used to have anime out.
Yeah, it had Naruto and all that there on it, But, yeah, and not to mention too that now that we've gotten to episode 131 in Fairy Tail, that the next set of two bunches have got a release date now, which has made me a little happier. Because for ages there we were sitting wondering when the next set will come out, because for a while there was no release date for the next two like almost sets of episodes. And I think their release date now has been released now. It's something like the 16th of September for the next batch. And then the batch after that there is coming out on the 28th of October, which takes it up to the Grand Magic Games, which I'm really excited about. I've been excited about the Grand Magic Games now for a good wee while. Can't wait to see the episodes for it. So that's good to see. Like, and like I says, I hope more stuff will be coming out over here on, you know, DVD and hopefully on TV as well, because I've noticed that every now and again you do actually find stuff on TV over here. Like, we had Dragon Ball Z Kai there for a while, and
it's still on.
Huh?
It's still on.
Still on, and then you've got obviously the stuff I was mentioning on Sony Movies channel, which was out there, which is good.
Yes.
But I guess really all I have to say about anime at the moment. Really, I'm looking to get sitting down and watching a few more and get a bit more into a few other series, but it's finding the time to do it too, because I've got so much other stuff to do with the channel and with gaming and movies and other animes. You know, there's just a lot of stuff to go through. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to actually sit down and watch, but I'm looking to get into the likes of I've watched one episode of Gurren Lagann, looking to watch more of it, and I'm hoping to watch a few other series as well while I'm at it. But I thought too we'd talk a little bit about the San Diego Comic Con. I know you didn't really pay much heed to it at all, but
Yep.
there was just a few things I took out of it, which I
Oh.
thought was a little like almost interesting. Well, obviously, like everyone knows, Guardian of the Galaxy was massive at Comic Con. Like everyone was buying Rocket Raccoon dolls everywhere. They were going mental over it. But there was a lot of. It was a weird one. I don't know. Have you seen the picture of Wonder Woman's costume for her movie?
Yes.
For some weird reason, that's like well, I kind of know why it's
What do you
getting
mean? What do you mean for her movie?
for the movie, okay, not for
Not
her
for her
movie,
movie at all.
not for her movie, for the movie she's going to be in.
Aye.
Her costume for the live
The
action
Superman
she's going to be in,
movie?
yeah. But a lot of people are hating on it a lot.
Well, they're
Because-
no one's hitting on the costume. They're hitting
No.
on her because
No, they're
how
hating
s-
on the costume.
how skinny she is. That's all I ever hear.
No, I'm hearing hating for the color scheme of the costume because they want it to be the red, white, and blue.
It is red, white, and blue.
No, it's not.
What colour is it then?
It's like a grey, silver, dark. It's all dark colours. There's no red, no white, no
There's
blue.
red and blue in it. I'm telling you.
It's not
The
like
main torso is red.
There's a wee tiny bit, but it's not like what they had before, where it's the red top, big bright colours, blue shorts and all that there. You
And
know,
plus, they need to bear in mind.
they're all dark colours.
They need to bear in mind the picture that it's taken in. So it's taken in like this big, not apocalyptic thing, but it's like it's a big dark image. So of course the picture's going to be dark too.
But they're not like they want it to be the way it was back. Like you're talking about the Wonder Woman of old, like where pretty much what she was wearing was pretty much just a a blue T-shirt and
Red.
red T-shirt even, sorry, and a wee blue pair of shorts or whatever. And that's not the way DC have been moving things. Like if you notice with Superman, he's not wearing a big bright blue costume anymore. His is a darker colour now. Batman, he's got, well, obviously he's gonna be dark, like, but like to fit in with them two being so dark, you kind of need to make Wonder Woman a slightly darker coloured and costume wise. But I actually, when I looked at it, I thought it actually looked like a pretty awesome costume, to be fair. And I thought for live action, it looked better because if you had it in the big red, white, and blue colour scheme that they had before, big bright colours, it wouldn't really look like an alien kind of, well, not alien, but it wouldn't really look like a superhero costume anymore because I don't know, as we've evolved more and as we've seen people in live action movies, bright is not really the way superheroes go. They go darker and a little bit more, like not completely dark, but it's just like they don't stand out as much. They don't want to be bright and luminous and like everyone's spotting them instantly.
Well, Spider-Man's costume and the new ones are pretty bright.
Well, in a way, yeah, they are. In a way, they are pretty bright. Like
they're still bright. There's no color change in them. They're just the red and blue, as bright and vibrant as you want them to be.
yeah, but that's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting at the ones that actually have been making a shitload of money. You know, your Batmans there that were very dark, but you'd expect Batman to be dark. The new Superman that came out that's dark. You've got the Avengers. The brightest person in the Avengers would be between Captain America and Tony Stark, and even then they aren't like proper big bright colors. It's like red's the brightest color there, and red's not really that bright of a color either. And even the blue is kind of like a toned down color of blue in the Captain America suit. It's not like a big bright vibrant blue or anything. But like I noticed that a lot of people were hitting on that, which I didn't really get because it's just the costume really is people seem to hate on things for like the silliest reasons, and I just didn't really agree with that one. I know at the Comic-Con too they released the short video for the Avengers 2 shown at Comic-Con, which I am dying to see, but as with some things in the Comic-Con, they just release it at the Comic-Con and then they don't show it out like on YouTube or anything for ages and ages, and I'm dying to see that there really, so I am. And then finally too, like they give more information about Godzilla 2 and the King Kong movie, which I think seems to be setting up almost for a Godzilla versus King Kong movie again. It seems to be what they're going for, because they're putting all their eggs into the basket of Godzilla and King Kong. Like they're throwing everything at that rather than focusing on other stuff. And like Godzilla, the first movie of Godzilla they brought out was brilliant. I loved it.
That was really good.
And the second one looks like it's going to be even better. Like it's got the more iconic villains and stuff in it, and there's going to be 3 different ones in it. It's going to be excellent. I think I will like to hope it will be. And obviously, like if they're going to bring King Kong into a versus movie, they're going to have to kind of up his size a wee bit, especially with the size of Godzilla now. But like that's the main highlights that I took out from Comic-Con, and that's the main things which seemed they be talked about a lot. Obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy got a lot of airtime because it was the big thing there. It was probably the thing that took the most limelight really while they were down there. I would have loved to have went there though. To be fair, to see all this stuff, it would have been much better for me. What else could we talk about? Well, there's the fact Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 has been pushed back.
Yeah.
Well, it's pushed back to, is it 2018 now? Something like 2018, 2019 or something.
Yeah.
It's been pushed back, but then again, it's been replaced by Uncharted. So can you really complain too much? It's like,
no, not really.
Because I'm quite excited about this Uncharted movie. It's been in the pipelines for a good while though, hasn't it? Like they've been talking about it for quite a while, but they haven't seemed to really announce anything solid really until they says that this is the time it's coming out kind of thing, which is good. I'm just trying to think. Is there's a release date 10th of June 2016, wasn't it?
10th of June. It's more surprising, to be honest, that whenever I heard about it, I can't even remember how I heard about it now, but the fact that there's really been nothing for ages about an Uncharted movie. Well, there's been talks about it's been passed on to this person, been passed on to this person, it's still in the works, it's still in the works.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Uncharted movie's coming out and here's the release date it's coming out. Just came out of nowhere.
They kind of pop out of nowhere.
But a thing though the thing that I still find weird about it is it's like, oh, here it is, it's coming out, here's the date, but we're not telling you who's playing anybody.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, they haven't released who's going to be Nathan Drake yet, and that's the thing that's, is kind of, I'm most curious about, really, about the whole thing, is who is going to play the iconic hero of Nathan Drake. Like, I've got an idea of who I think possibly could be it, and who I think might be a decent one, but I'm still struggling to see who they're going to pick. Like, I don't have a clue at all who they're going to pick. They could pick some actor that we've never heard of before, like, for all we know.
You can pick anyone.
They could pick anyone, really, and it'll be interesting to see who they've decided on end up.
Even at that too, just speaking of kind of shock announcements and following down the same path of Uncharted, another Naughty Dog property, Last of Us, its movie was announced as well.
Its movie, that's right.
There's no release date in that air, but Sam Raimi is attached to direct.
Yeah.
To that, which to be honest I'm pretty excited about. And whenever I heard about it, and it was like Sam Raimi's directing. A lot of people, right, as you expect, wherever people have got this notion now of Sam Raimi's shit because he did Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi's not shit at all. Sam Raimi's done a lot of good movies. Like, he did the old Evil Dead series and they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So they already done a lot of that stuff. And, like, if he brings the same sort of goriness and all in the kind of world that, like, Evil Dead has, because he's on about having, what do you call him now? The guy who, what do you call him? Bruce Campbell, who plays Ash in Evil Dead. Apparently he might be being Joel, which at the same time I would like to see him because I fucking think he's brilliant. He's funny. He's really old now. Like, he's kind of old looking for Joel. Like, Joel's old in the game, but like, he's still kind of this, kind of sort of well built, kind of sort of fit old man. If you know what I mean, because he's been surviving in this apocalyptic world for however many years.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's going to play Joel in it, but that's what I'm really excited about, the Last of Us movie, because whenever it came out, I remember one of the discussions I had while playing through it with a friend of mine was, would you rather see this as a TV show or a movie to come out? And then he said neither, and I was like, you do realise it's going to get one of them. You do realise this, the money awards and all that Last of Us won, there's no way someone's not going to pick this up to either do a TV show or a movie, and here we are, they've got the movie. But you hear the story behind it too, how it became a movie. Apparently Sam Raimi was playing through it and thought, holy fuck, this would be a good movie, and then he went then and approached the ones about it. Right. Says, I want to make this into a movie, will you let me?
Well, yeah, I understand that, and that, like, I know Sam Raimi has got a lot of bad press, especially about Spider-Man 3, but you see, I think it's not that his talents lie in one area, but for some weird reason, whenever he puts his project into, like, when he puts his mind onto, like, not a horror, it's not really horror, it's kind of more like just thriller, kind of horror kind of genre, which he done with that movie there that you mentioned. Fuck, what you call it? Can't even mind the name of it now. You just mentioned it. few seconds ago. The one I done. It was Left 4 Dead. Did you say?
Oh,
No,
not Left 4 Dead.
That's a fucking game.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. That's the one. Fucking hell! I can't believe I can remember it. But even with that there, like it was a very good one. And if he done it, like obviously he's going to do this here new movie. I think he will do a good job with it. But there's always that worry with games like Uncharted and Last of Us, which are coming out now as movies. There's always that worry of having that game to movie transfer, which has always been crap. Like every other game that's been made into a movie has not really been successful. But hopefully they'll get it right in these two games, because I think that in a way their storylines and the way they are kind of are almost built to be a movie.
Yeah.
They're almost made for it, And if there are any kind of games that could make it and could do a good job, it'll be these two. But I guess with these two, it's just going to be a wait and see kind of approach to it, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with it.
Yep.
I don't know why the fuck that's down there. Can't remember why I wrote that one down. That's all. But oh yeah, that's what I wrote down for. But it doesn't matter anyway. Well, I'd like to mention quickly, like obviously on PS4 there hasn't been a lot of games coming out recently. Like we're still going to have to wait a good while for the games to start rolling out fast on the PS4 and stuff we got there. But a lot of hype has been going around about Destiny coming out on the 9th of September. Haven't got a chance to play the beta or anything. I've watched a lot of people play it online now, and from what I've seen of it, it looks like a pretty good first person shooter and all there. It seems like a pretty decent game. And I am actually looking forward to get it. I do actually want to try it out, and it will be another game for me to play. But at the same time, I just haven't found much hype around this game as I have other games that have come out. I haven't felt the need to pre-order it or felt the need to get the alpha and beta and all, but a lot of people have found that need. So it must be a pretty good game if other people are saying that it's really good.
Well, I'm not really excited for Destiny at all. I don't really care.
Is there any games at the moment that you are excited about coming out, really?
Just the same stuff as last time, like Alien Isolation and Evil Fun and that sort of stuff. But
I can tell you one game which I know which you'll be excited about anyway.
Aye, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But no, Destiny, I really don't give two shits about that game at all. I really don't.
You're not a while into the first person shooters, though, are you?
It's not a first person shooter, really. No, it is.
It is a first person shooter.
No, I just seen I was thinking like a picture in my head there, and I was picturing third person. Then I kind of remembered the clip I saw, and it was like like a kill cam.
Yeah.
Type job.
Yeah.
But I know it's not that I'm not into first person shooters, because I am. It's just that I'm not really into. Whenever I play a game, I prefer to do it for story, and that's about the height of it. And the fact that this is all kind of mainly based for an online play, and building big teams and all with your friends and all that sort of stuff, and
yeah,
that's not really my sort of thing at all, and I just not that excited about it based on that. It's just big online, because I tell that the community, as most online communities are, is going to be fucking shit anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be full with dicks screaming over the microphone all the time.
Probably, but you see what I do in moments I get there is I just mute the other people. Just so I can hear myself and my friends.
Yes,
it's like, because that's what I'm going to do with like the drive club and all that there whenever I get it. Because it's obviously going to be, about building your clubs with your friends and stuff. Any of them dicks that you hear, they always just mouth a wild pile over the mic. I'm just going to be putting them on mute and not listening to them really. But yeah, back to this other wee game there. It was kind of slightly mentioned there in a way. Is probably one that I am very excited about now, considering that I only found out that it's coming out this year too, which has got me more excited about it. I only seen the trailer for it literally about 4 days ago there, and it came out of nowhere. Literally just seen it on Facebook one day, randomly clicked on it, and like Lee had a wee look at it there earlier today, and like it's Digimon All-Star Rumble coming out in fall 2014, and it just, whenever I seen it, it just gave me that classic reminder of just back whenever we were younger playing the PS2, and well, even whenever we weren't younger, because we've played it since then, like Digimon Rumble Arena too, like we played that game so much and we enjoyed it. Like whenever Phantomon came, we always used to enjoy running away from him. Like it was the best crack ever.
That's a really good game.
Yeah, and of course it has advanced a wee bit. The graphics have gotten better. Now
yeah, well, for anyone who's played Digimon Rumble Arena,
yeah,
out there, Digimon Rumble Arena 2 to be more specific, I think this is supposed to be another one in the series. Seems to me as if it's supposed to be, because I think it's got the same maps and all, or similar maps.
Yeah, the maps do seem to be similar, so especially with the train one.
The difference in this one now is that it's not just a 2D. It's not a 2D plane like Smash Bros that you fight on.
Yeah,
It's
3D
you can 3D, so you run around.
Yeah.
And they've got Digimon from the new show, Digimon Fusion or Digimon Cross Wars, as some people might know it as. They've got Digimon from it. Not too sure what the character count is in this. How many there will be.
Yeah, they don't really mention much about that, but I would say most likely it would probably be, like, you're talking. It'll be bigger than Digimon Rumble Arena.
Well, the thing is,
had a fairly
the thing is that you can make it bigger now that they're doing it on
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which is the platform just coming out for.
Yeah.
So you can do a bigger character.
You can't fake and buy it now.
You can buy it. You can have a big character roster, but I don't think they're going to. I
don't think they're going to make a massive roster. No, I don't think, but they will have a decent sized one. I think.
But another thing is, like I mentioned to you earlier, is a thing that I'm hoping they do in this, is I'm hoping they let you digivolve into every stage.
Yeah.
Of your Digivolution, whereas before you would go back in Rumble Arena 1, you can only go into like your ultimate form. And then Digimon Rumble Arena 2, you could go, so if you, Agumon, for example, you'd be Agumon, and then Greymon, and then straight into War Greymon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this time that you do get to go, Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, and then War Greymon.
From what I've seen of the trailer, though, I don't think you do, because I think, I recall seeing, whenever they came up on the trailer about talking about the Digivolution and all that there, I remember seeing Agumon. I did see Greymon, I see War Greymon, but I did not see Metal Greymon at all.
I don't remember seeing Greymon in the trailer.
I thought he came up for a split second. I thought he was there for a split, but I don't know. I could have been wrong, but I honestly don't know if they will let you digivolve into the Mega Form or not. It's kind of hard to say, but I guess only time will tell in terms of that there, because it is coming out a lot sooner than I thought it would be. And it's funny that we've went so long without hearing anything about it. And then all of a sudden we get this video clip of, what the gameplay is going to be like and all there, and it's coming out this year. I was like, where the hell did this come out of? Like, why have I not been hearing about this here for like the past year or whatever? But it's just been so quiet and in the lurch that we just haven't heard anything about it.
Yes. Oh no, but it's definitely good in a way, because like as I was saying to you, I was mentioned to you earlier that there's a whole pile of Digimon games that have come out in Japan since Digimon Rumble Arena 2, obviously, because Rumble Arena 2 came out ages ago. So there's been a shitload of games coming out, but none of them have ever,
made it to us.
I don't say none of them have never, because there have been some that have made it over here for like DS and all sort of stuff, but in more recent years anyway.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that people want to see haven't came out here, and they're like, no, we're not localizing them. And now just all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're localizing this game.
Yeah.
It's like
it was kind of out of the blue, came out of nowhere kind of thing, and it caught me by the utter surprise. For a minute, whenever I seen it, I thought this is either a prank, or it is one of them old games, just like kind of like a Throwback Thursday kind of style thing.
Yes.
Whoops.
But I'm just hoping that. Right. I'm just hoping that.
Sorry about that.
I'm just hoping that. What the fuck was I going to say? As they're fucking distracting me there, like your phone going off.
My phone going off. That's the best distraction in the world. Every time we're on here now and he's chatting and I want him to shut up, I'll just call my own phone.
Oh, what was it on about? Hey, Digimon.
We were on about Digimon Rumble Arena 2.
I'm just glad they see that they're like bringing it out here, instead of just keeping it to themselves, because it's about time we started getting more games like that over here, because especially from old franchises back whenever we were younger, because all we pretty much have from the younger days now is Pokemon. We get new Pokemon games all the time.
Yeah.
And I really want to see a franchise like Digimon come back over here and be popular again. And I guess Digimon Fusion being released over here kind of helps.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what the Fusion figures are like for that at all. I would imagine.
Is it actually on TV or is it?
It's actually on TV. I think it's on Nicktoons or something.
Is it really Nicktoons?
I think so.
I must actually look that up. So it must, because I have been interested to watch this new series.
I don't know what the Fusion figures are like. I can imagine they're probably pretty bad. That'd be my guess.
Well, you never know, because like they bring stuff back all the time. Like I remember there was a while there where there was no Beyblade for ages, and they brought out that new series of Beyblade then, and apparently the variant figures for that there over here was decent enough. Like,
but like, if it was decent Fusion figures over here and it was popular, you would know about it.
Yeah.
Like no
You
one
would
like
think you would.
you bound at least to heard about it because usually if Fion figures are popular with a show, they just start bringing over toys, and there's no toys over here.
Well, none that we know of. Like, when was the last time you visited a toy store?
But sure, you would see them. You would see them and stuff like the Argos catalog and all,
Well, I guess so.
and all sort of stuff, and you would see them on TV, definitely advertised. And I've never seen them on there, so I don't know what the Fion figures are like over here for it. I'm hoping that it's good.
It'd be hard to tell, but at the same time, like honestly, I don't really have like I would love to see this new series just to see what it's like and all, but based on what I've heard, it kind of just it just doesn't seem like Digimon to me because I'm just so used to the original series and all. And I probably have that jaded opinion where nothing's going to be as good as the beginning.
It's very very Digimon. There's nothing on Digimon about it.
No, but I just mean the way that it's not Digivolution anymore and all that there. You know?
There's still Digivolutions in there. They get them later on in the show. Just at the start, it's all about fusing together, and the main show is fusing together. But at the end, they get this.
Who wants me?
Just emails, is it?
Stuff like that.
But like later on in the show, because I watched the subtitled version of it ages ago.
Yeah.
Like later on, they get Digivolutions. So they do, but it's not like staged evolutions. It's like they only turn into one form, which is like golden versions, which is kind of like the golden egg.
Is like golden armor and
kinda, and then they use them to fuse together. Then they form like a big ultimate thing.
Yeah.
So like there is Digivolutions in there. It's still very very Digimon, but there's no difference from the other shows other than Digivolution doesn't play a big major part. But sure, it's still Digimon because they still do technically Digivolve.
Yeah.
They just do it in a different way.
Yeah.
They fuse together. It's just like DNA Digivolution.
Yeah, I guess so.
They just do that and they fuse together, and then they become like one big thing, and then they fuse with more things, and it becomes a different creature.
Like I did see the first 3 series, and I did see I can't even mind the name of that one that had the DNA Digivolve in it. What was that one called again?
DNA Digivolve was number 2.
DNA
Digivolve was in Digimon Season 2. So it was.
Was it?
Yes.
How?
DNA Digivolve was in there. Remember, whenever like Wormmon and Vmon would DNA Digivolve together to become Imperial Dramon?
No, I'm not on about that. When I say DNA Digivolve, I mean the series where it's like in order for the Digimon to Digivolve, you need to DNA charge it and go hit the freaking Digivice like that.
Oh no, that's not DNA charge.
Yeah, it's DNA charge.
No, it's not called DNA charge.
What was it called?
It's like Digi something.
I was nearly convinced it was DNA charge. I was quite certain it was, but I could be wrong. It's like I remember, like anyway, like I was saying anyway, it's like I watched the first 3 series and I watched that there one obviously, and I did love them all, but as the series went on, I liked them less and less, mainly just because I was still so in love with the first series. I think that's possibly why, and sometimes just some people do get into their heads where it's just hard to accept other versions of it because the old ones are so good. It's kind of like a nostalgic factor about it, and I think with Digimon it's kind of hit me that way. With other things it's a little, a lot of other series it's hit me a lot less, but with Digimon it's the nostalgic factor has just hit me too much where I don't really want to see it change at all really. But anyway, that's Digimon All-Star Rumble, which I do believe you're right, it does seem to be like a follow-on from Digimon Rumble Arena. It's 3D, it seems they have similar maps and stuff, the moves and the movements, the characters are all same. So we'll just have to see how that one turns out, and there seems to be more characters in it, which should be good, and I would still love to be able to play as the old characters, and I hope they still have Summon Phantomon coming on. That would be still fun, I think. But I think we should move on to the big talking point that we've got, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, which me and you both went to see last night.
Why'd you say it like that?
What do you mean? What way did I say it?
Last night.
I don't know.
Why did you stick the pause in there?
I don't know. I think it was for dramatic effect or something. It was like last night. But no, we went to see it last night anyway, and well, they kicked things off. Mainly, it was brilliant.
Alright.
It was kind of it wasn't a surprise that it was good. I kind of always expected it to be a pretty good movie, and I expected it to be funny all the time, but I just did not expect it to be as good as it was, because that was by far the best movie like best, especially superhero movie for me. Well, no, maybe not superhero movie. I was kind of thinking there. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man might have trumped it, but it's up there with Amazing Spider-Man for best movie of the year for me so far.
Well, I was saying to you that it's my favourite Marvel Studios.
Yeah, you were saying it was better than the Avengers, eh?
It's far better than the Avengers, I thought.
I don't know. For me, it's still lurking around the same area as the Avengers, but it was excellent. So it was, and you can tell, throughout the movie, the way they're trying to, like, it's obviously intertwined with the Avengers so much, because they mentioned Thanos quite a few times in it, like a lot in it, and it seems, it looks like everyone's having the same sort of idea that I'm having with it, where it seems that they're moving it so that by the third movie of the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be there and are going to be in it. That's everyone seems to be agreeing with that kind of plot line and that idea. I've watched a couple of other shows on YouTube and stuff where they have mentioned it as well, and they've says that they believe that by the third movie it's going to be moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers taking on Thanos kind of thing. Like, because we all kind of already know that Thanos is going to be the enemy in number 3, because obviously he's not going to be enemy number 2 because that's Age of Ultron, that's Ultron, which is going to excite me a lot too, because Age of Ultron, like, Ultron's my favourite Avengers enemy, like, so I'm hoping that that's going to be good too. But this movie was so funny. It was really, really funny, and for a superhero movie that obviously has to have the serious moments in it, being a superhero movie, it did not take itself too seriously. A lot of the time it was joking around, and I don't know what the guy is called that was playing Star-Lord. You know his name, don't you? I can't mind his name, the actor anyway. But he was excellent, so he was. He was very, very good, so he was in it. And he was very funny as well.
No, it was good. It was like, they got the like perfect balance in it, or I thought close to perfect anyway, of just the whole seriousness and telling a good story and comedy. Like, it wasn't like they were like, we've got the story, but let's just throw a whole pile of comedy points in there and kind of ruin the storytelling by just joke after joke after joke.
Yeah. Kind
of like the way Iron Man 3 was. Like, Iron Man 3 was a good movie, but for me, like, all they ever did was just, because what I thought they were doing for Iron Man 3, like, not to sort of go off on a big tangent, but they kind of realised, Robert Downey Jr. is funny, and he plays funny in 1 and 2, let's just over-exaggerate him in number 3 and just have him, like, joking all the time. And, like, it was still a really good movie and all that, but this kind of, for me, that's why it's my least favourite of the Iron Man movies.
Right.
Is because he just jokes all the time.
See, I never really caught on to him joking all the time. I did laugh a few times in it, and it was, there was a few funny bits, but I never caught on that it was, trying to be funny too much or anything. I never caught that, so that's why Iron Man 3 is my favourite one. But in terms of this, you're right about Guardians of the Galaxy. It definitely did strike up the perfect balance between all three, and it had it so that basically up until it must have been about 3/4 into the movie, where it was making the audience laugh very frequently all the time, and there was a couple of wee serious bits dotted in, but see, once it got to the part where they had to save the galaxy, essentially being the Guardians of the Galaxy that they are, they kind of switched it so that it was more focused on the serious side, but they just dotted in the odd occasional little joke here and there, a little funny bit here or there. Groot as a character too he's kind of one of them ones where he's just so stupid and he doesn't really say much, but he can just make you laugh just by doing nothing.
But see, this is the thing that I thought really clever about it, was they didn't exactly stick to these one big character jokes and just keep making them. It wasn't like, because obviously Groot, all I can say is I am Groot. So you're kind of thinking, the only joke they make is he says I am Groot to everything, so they're going to ask him a question, he's just going to respond with I am Groot. And it's kind of going to be funny because it's a weird sort of response to any question that he ever asks, and then characters are going to react to it. But they didn't even do that. Basically, with Groot, like they had the joke of him saying I am Groot at the very start. Yeah. So they did, and it was pretty funny. But then they realised, let's not keep doing that because it'll lose the comedic value. So then they just started making him this guy who doesn't really talk. It's more his facial expressions and just how he reacts to stuff that makes you laugh. Yeah. And that sort of stuff, like, we'll not say anything because...
Yeah, I was going to say, even the I am Groot kind of thing developed onwards in terms of like without spoiling any parts of it or anything for anyone, basically he still was saying I am Groot, but eventually they developed it so that it seemed that either Rocket was either understanding him,
A Rocket does understand him.
yeah, like they obviously had him understand him not there, but the stuff that Rocket was saying, like translating wise, was turning out to be like fairly funny too. So it was kind of like giving him another kind of area to go on. So it's not just I am Groot, haha,
And then
funny.
they didn't with Rocket. They didn't have this whole thing as like, the joke is he's a raccoon.
Yeah.
They didn't dwell on that at all, and that's what I loved about it so much. Like his whole sort of joke was just him being funny.
Oh, dude, Rocket was brilliant. I loved Rocket. He was my favorite, and he's obviously going to be everyone's favorite for different reasons. But Rocket Raccoon was my favorite long before like I seen the movie. Like whenever I first heard about the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, oh yes, Rocket Raccoon. I don't know why I've liked Rocket Raccoon for so long, but I heard about him from ages ago, and I've seen stuff off him. I haven't really read comics or anything that there he's been in, but I just took a liking to him instantly, and it was perfect. Like Bradley Cooper, I was a little bit worried initially when they announced Bradley Cooper as the voice, but he done such a brilliant job as Rocket Raccoon. Like you could tell it was him, but at the same time, he just didn't sound the way he would sound in a normal movie.
That's why he had an accent. That's why.
Yeah, but it was really good. So it was. He was excellent.
But that's just it. They had this perfect balance of comedy and seriousness and like real touching moments and all too in the movie. Like even like characters like Rocket, like you kind of think, oh, he's just not the funny man, but like he's kind of tells most of the jokes in it.
He's the smart one. He's the plan maker.
He's the biggest cause of laugh, and so you're kind of thinking like, oh, he's just one big joke all the time.
Yeah.
But there's like butts and all at the end, like without telling you what's happening at the end. But there's parts at the end that get very, very touching. And it's like him doing the biggest majority of the talking during it all. So like they know when they write him serious.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff. And
like there was a time he had to fight with Drax over his like calling him up and all there. And,
that was really touching. And basically the guy here's not really a spoiler, so we can say that. Like basically having a fight with Drax, and basically what the fight's about is people keep calling him like vermin.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like it, and he has this real.
He never asked.
He has this real touching moment that he never asked to be the way he is. So why should people treat him like this?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and it's a really touching moment, like because Bradley Cooper doing it, the voice acting, he's got the hint of sadness in his voice, like the hint of him crying and all that sort of stuff while he's talking. It's really well done, so it is.
Yeah, like that's like why I admired. Like Bradley Cooper hasn't really done voice acting before, but he done a really good job of it, and I wasn't sure how he'd handle it, but he handled it well. I thought it
was really good, but like without dwelling on basically to sum it all up, what we're talking about is it was really, really good in the fact of comedy, like more comedy focused this movie than all the other Marvel movies. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
But it also has that perfect balance of we know when we need to take stuff seriously to tell a good story.
Yeah.
And it really worked out well for them, and they really pulled it off.
I also have to mention in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that I was a little bit surprised by this, because whenever I heard he was in it, I was like, what's his acting skills going to be like? But Dave Bautista, he was good. He was pretty good in it. Like,
yeah, but he's still shaky in points too.
Like obviously his acting skills isn't as up to scratch as everyone else.
That's why it was good to cast him as Drax, who the way he speaks is very formal and very like forced.
Literal. He's very literal.
So
all the time.
like that's like and. As what could you say? His emotion doesn't really ever change.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, so it's good that he got cast in that kind of role. He didn't have to go.
Just anger.
He didn't have to, go through a whole coast of emotions. He didn't have any big serious speeches to do.
Yeah.
All he had to do was kind of be this guy who didn't really understand metaphors and all that sort of stuff. He took everything really literal.
Completely literal
all the time. So like it was a good sort of casting for him for a guy, but like he was still shaky at parts, but at least they didn't give him like a big role. In the movie, like if they had cast him as Ronan the villain or something like that, it probably would have ruined the whole fucking movie.
Boy, Ronan was pretty good.
I don't even know who was Ronan in that movie.
I don't know who was Ronan. It was hard to tell, with all the
but that's another thing I was mentioning to you whenever we were coming out.
A lot of British actors.
No, Ronan. Ronan's the villain in it.
Aye.
He was by far my favourite villain I've seen in a Marvel movie. Like out of all Marvel movies, like
he was very strong.
Oh, he was incredibly strong, and like the way, like, there's a whole pile of people, whenever the Avengers came out, like, a whole pile of people kind of took this really big liking to Loki. I'm hoping they do the same for Ronan now, because Ronan is fucking incredible as a villain, so he is. I thought he was brilliant. Obviously,
he's gone now.
He won't be coming back. But how strong he is in that movie and considering Thanos threatened them, and someone told him this is the fight that you'll never win against Thanos, makes you wonder how strong Thanos is actually going to be whenever he comes to take on.
But then you have to think too that he's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Like it's got the Infinity Gauntlet, so he's going to be insanely strong. I think that's why it's very, very likely that it's going to be the Avengers with all their new added in members, which they seem to be adding in this movie, and probably a few more whenever they get up to the third one. Maybe Ant-Man might be joining them all too. Plus the Guardians of the Galaxy, you're going to be talking as practically an army against Thanos, and that's probably just going to tell you exactly how strong Thanos will be when it comes to that point. And it was all very good. And like we did say, we did notice that there was quite a few British actors in it, which was also very good to see them getting like pretty big parts in a big movie like Guardians of the Galaxy. And it seems to be doing well as well. I heard figures that it's so far on its first day of being out, it's grossed more than every other film this year. It's grossed 10.8 million, and its closest competitor was, I can't even mind what its closest competitor was, but it grossed 10.2 million or something.
But I don't know. There's just something about it, like even like.
It had a big budget though, so it did too. It like spent a lot of money.
There's just something about it, like even the trailers and all, and just as it was coming out, it was like you just knew it was going to be a big hit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was about it. You just kind of knew it was going to be.
Yeah. Another thing, a lot of people like I noticed too. I don't know why people are still making this mistake, but you've seen quite a few people leaving the cinema before the end of the credits. And you should know, especially if you've watched a lot of Marvel movies, you don't leave before the end of the credits because there's always something good to come. And I have to say that if you are listening to this and you are going to watch it, do stick around for it because you will enjoy it, especially if you are familiar with the Marvel universe as well. You will enjoy it. I noticed there was quite a few people there that were a little bit, they don't know what the heck it was really, but you noticed that there was a few people there that actually did have a clue what it was about, and they were laughing, they loved it. But stick around for it anyway, do not leave. The thing is about these, people say that apparently, they spoil movies for them, that's why they don't go and see them, but they don't really, they just kind of set up for the movies, they just kind of say, look what's coming next, enjoy it, kind of thing. It's kind of like if you ever watch a trailer, it doesn't necessarily spoil the movie for you, it just kind of gets you excited about it. But that's really all I have to say about Guardians of the Galaxy. Brilliant movie, completely recommend you go see it. You won't regret it at all. I know a friend of ours that decided not to come with us, who probably will regret not doing that.
Concern is right up his street as well.
It is completely right up his street, but just because it was Marvel, he didn't want to see it. But he will regret that. But he'll see it eventually. Obviously, eventually we'll get him to watch it. But other than that, that's pretty much everything we have to talk about. It's been a quite enjoyable wee podcast. This, we've got to talk in depth about everything that we've really liked the past 2 weeks or whatever. We'll be playing more games on the channel. There'll be a lot more content coming. Obviously, Martin 11 there for a wee while had a wee gap there where we didn't have anything coming out. We've got more footage now for it. We released 2 Strider videos. Wee basic small free game that you got off the PlayStation Plus. There will be more games coming. As more games come out for the PS4, obviously there will be more stuff coming. I recently acquired a wee controller for my PC, so there'll be some PC gaming coming your way as well. Maybe doing some other shows and specials maybe as we go along. Obviously we've got a wee parody video coming out soon, and hopefully maybe a couple of wee sketches or like short movies, like 5-minute movies kind of thing. Which might be coming out. We're gonna start planning them soon, hopefully even. CyberPals just released there on Friday. You need to go watch it. It's pretty enjoyable. We're playing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition at the minute, and we will probably move on to another game eventually once we've got this one completed and out of the way. It'll be coming to you every Friday. Of course, our podcasts are going to be bi-weekly, so watch out for it. It's going to be on Mondays released, and it's going to be every 2 weeks. So watch out for the podcast, this CyberCast here. We're just going to be here to chat to you. If you do leave a comment below or leave a comment in Team Cyberhawk's Twitter page or Facebook page, we will answer any questions at all. We will discuss points that you want us to discuss if you feel that it should be raised. So don't be afraid to let us know what you are thinking, especially of the shows. Please like all our shows here. We really appreciate any like ratings that we get. Subscribe to the channel as well. We finally hit our 10 for double figures, which is good to say. But we want. We want more.
Why not hit subscribe? That's what I can say. It's like, fair enough, this is pretty shoddy content, but sure, if you hit subscribe, what's the worst that can happen? We'll just show up in your video box. You don't have to ever watch us. Like, that's the worst can happen.
Well, our content's not shoddy. It's not brilliant, but it's not shoddy.
I know, sure. I say it's pretty shoddy. I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't watch it anyway.
Oh, thanks. Nice support. All you have to do
is hit subscribe, and all we're going to do is turn up in your video feed. You don't even have to watch us, but it gives us one more subscriber, and then at least that just makes us a little bit more happy and keeps us doing this sort of shitty podcast. Yeah.
Don't listen to that. Like, he's calling us shit. Don't listen to him. he's calling us shit. We have faith in ourselves. He's just being a dick.
I don't have no faith.
You have no faith because you're a loser. No, yeah. Please do hit the like button. Comment below if you can. If not, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll get any queries you want done. We'll answer all questions. We'll be happy to do that. Follow us on Twitter. All the links are in the description below for the website, Twitter, Facebook page, all that. If you want to play me at a game on the PS4 and would like to interact with me at any point, please do add me on PlayStation. My gamer tag is down below. I'll be happy to accept any requests for games, like a game of FIFA, or even when Destiny comes out, I'll play in a game of Destiny even. And that's it from us. I think there's nothing more to say. We will. I think that's it. We'll see you all next time. That's been us from the CyberCast. Thank you very much.
Right. Bye bye.